we began talking about the real number system, but we're going to go back over it and finish it off because we did not get to finish that. So looking at the real number system, this is what we talked about. In this box right here, we have our whole numbers, and whole numbers are complete numbers. They are numbers that do not have fractions or decimals. Whole numbers are also positive only. So we have examples of 7, 0, 15, 22. We added this one later. Then we looked at integers, and integers are going to include all of these whole numbers, but integers are also allowed to be negative. Still whole numbers though. So we have whole complete numbers, so no fractions, no decimals, but we have all of these positives, and now integers can also be negative. So -7, -35, -18. So integers are going to include both of these boxes right here. All right, then we get to rational numbers, and when we do rational numbers, we are talking about numbers that can be fractions and decimals. So any number that is a fraction is going to be a rational number. So we have some fractions: 7/3, 1/2, 2 1/3, and then we also included some decimals. And what we are showing here is that these decimals are or can be written as fractions. So we have decimals, we can write that as a fraction. We talked about repeating decimals can be written as a fraction if we put them over 9. So that takes care of our rational number information. So then we began looking at the irrational numbers. And irrational numbers are going to be decimals that do not end or repeat. So we talked about how pi, anything with pi, is going to be irrational. Now we're not going to do that much with pi right now, but you could have pi plus 7, you could have 2 pi, you could have pi over 2. Anything with pi is going to be irrational. What we're adding on to it are our square root numbers. So if they are the perfect ones, then they are going to end up being in this box right here with our whole numbers and integers. So for example, the square root of 49, we know that that can be 7 or -7. So that's going to be in here with our integers. What we don't know are the ones that we don't have flashcards for. So anything that doesn't have a flashcard is going to be an irrational number. So square root of 12. 12 was not one of our flashcard numbers. The square root of 31. 31 was not one of our perfect squares. So what we're adding on here are the square roots. If it is a square root of a number that you know because it was one of our flashcards, that's going to be up here in the rational box and in the integer box. If it's something that you don't know the square root of yet, we're going to learn how to do those. Those are the ones that are irrational. So that will help you complete your chart that we started the other day, and you should be ready to complete the worksheet.